Hello everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to show you the recipe for classic, delicious Russian pancakes. Because everyone makes pancakes differently, some have their own little secrets, others come up with all sorts of tricks to make them tastier. There is the classic way, but there are also many nuances. Now I'm going to show you the best pancakes. I've tested and made them myself. I'm already quite a grown guy, and when it comes to pancakes, I'm a master. So watch closely. You should know how to make good, high quality, awesome pancakes. Let's get started. Here are my ingredients, the standard ones. All the ingredients here are simple, you're already familiar with them, but there are some important little nuances you need to follow so that your pancakes turn out, first of all, nice and rich, second, crispy and tasty, and third, a bit porous, with little holes, and they stay juicy. That's the most important thing. I'm going to tell you all about it now. First of all, the milk. The milk needs to be slightly warmed up. It should be not just at room temperature, but a little warmer than that. You can use the microwave or you can do it on the stove. It's up to you. So just touch the milk with your finger. If you feel that it's warm, that's it. The milk is ready. Don't overheat it. You shouldn't do that either. Otherwise, the eggs and flour will cook and nothing will turn out right. All right, next, add 2 chicken eggs to the milk. 1. Pancakes, sometimes you go somewhere, order them at a restaurant, or someone serves them to you. Sometimes they're really delicious, but sometimes the pancakes are just pointless. You think, well, come on, you just don't know how to make pancakes, that's all. So for those who aren't confident in their pancakes, watch this video. You'll learn all the little secrets now. And even the pros sometimes mess up their pancakes. That's right. Next. It's most convenient to mix with a whisk. That way it's faster, more efficient, and everything gets mixed together. See, the milk immediately turns a little yellow because of the egg yolks. Now, here's an important secret. Real pancakes should be, a little bit sweet and salty, because sometimes you eat bland pancakes and think, what's so tasty about them? It's actually the sugar and salt that make pancakes truly delicious. So don't skimp on these ingredients. Add a couple of teaspoons of sugar, maybe even a bit more, and some salt. Usually people add just a small pinch, but I recommend you add a big one or even 2. That way the flavor will be more contrasting and the pancakes will taste better. Mix it all together. That's it. This is the base. Next comes the flour. You don't need to sieve the flour. For this batter, it's absolutely unnecessary. Add the flour in portions. That is, look, they added some flour. There you go. You shouldn't add it all at once. And mix it with a whisk. There's also a technique. You see, I'm not just stirring with the whisk like this, but I'm mixing along the sides, which helps break up the lumps. So, I probably won't have any lumps. That's what happens when you mix it this way. Now listen, look, I got the amount of flour just right on the first try. This is about the consistency you should have. There you go. Add it in portions. So add some, mix it in. If you feel the batter is too thin, or rather too runny, add more flour. In the end, the consistency should be like this. I'll show you now. A ladle. People often make a mistake. They make the batter too thick. And with thick batter, you end up with thick pancakes. Then, in the pan, this batter can't spread quickly. That's it. And sometimes someone makes the batter too runny, and because of that, the pancakes often tear. There should be a golden mean. Look, do you see what it's like? It's neither runny nor thick. That is, many people think this is very runny batter, while for others, it seems thick. But this is the golden mean. This kind of batter will spread properly in the pan and be porous. That's it. We've mixed it. Now, the most important essential ingredient is butter. I will add the butter directly into the pancakes. People often add vegetable oil. That method is also used. But if you add butter to the pancakes, as you can imagine, they will be much tastier. The butter should be melted. So I'm putting it right into the same saucepan where I melted the milk. If you want, you can melt it in the microwave, but to avoid making extra dishes dirty, I'll just melt it right here now and add it to the batter. So the butter is melted. Now look, imagine if our milk is cold. When we pour in the melted butter, the butter will solidify and won't dissolve in the batter. This is why milk is heated. That's it. Pour in the oil and stir. Now the butter has dissolved and it's become part of the batter. That's important. Look how runny the batter is. It's yellow and rich. The butter has dissolved and it's slightly warm. You can just take a little and taste it with your finger like this. It should be, sweet and salty. For me, it's not quite enough. I'll add a bit more sugar and a little more salt. When you taste your butter, it shouldn't just taste floury or milky, you know? There should be sweetness, saltiness, and richness. And when you can taste all of that, that's when your pancakes will be delicious. So if something's missing, just add it. And by the way, a lot of people are sometimes afraid of lumps, so they strain the batter through a sieve to get rid of them. But I'm sure I don't have any lumps. All right, now let's have a taste. There we go. Now, the frying pan. Look, actually, you can fry pancakes on an old cast iron skillet. They turn out great on those too. You can also use a non-stick frying pan, a modern one like this. Honestly, this is the most convenient option. It has low sides, which makes it easy to flip the pancakes. If you don't have a pan like this, to be honest, you can even use one like this. Well, it's a little less convenient here, but it'll still work. I prefer this kind. I recommend buying one if you make pancakes often. It will serve you faithfully for a very long time. Or however the saying goes. Anyway, a good frying pan will give you great pancakes. Choose the size yourself. If you like big pancakes, get a larger pan. If you prefer smaller ones, get a smaller size. I've had this frying pan for about 3 years now. We always make pancakes on it and they always turn out great. And as you can see, nothing has happened to it. Well, it's got a few scratches here and there, but overall, the pancakes don't stick to it. See, there are little drops of oil floating on top. If the milk were cold, they would have solidified. But this way, the oil is everywhere, in every spoonful. And this oil, when we fry the pancake, spreads everywhere, and as soon as it hits the hot pan, it starts to sizzle. And that's often why little holes appear in the pancake. Many people say that you get holes when making pancakes with kefir, or when you use baking powder or baking soda. Yes, that's also why pancakes turn out porous, with little holes. But if you don't use those ingredients, then this method, when you have oil inside the batter makes, it sizzles quickly from the heat. And that's how you get pancakes with holes. So following the good old method, we'll grease the pan with a potato. To be honest, this might be a method that many people would argue with, but believe me, it's the most convenient option. There you go. You could use a napkin or something else, but with a potato. Somehow, it's classic. Take a fork and a potato and just gently pierce it, but not all the way through, so you don't end up scraping the pan with the fork later. Here's a little bowl, and we dip the potato into the bowl with vegetable oil, just like that. Before frying the pancakes, you need to heat up the pan really well. People often say, the first pancake is always a flop. And that's actually true, of course. The next pancakes always turn out better. But if you do it right, the first pancake doesn't flop. It turns out just the way it should. For this, we heat the pan thoroughly. Then, just like this, you see, we grease it with the potato, meaning we spread a little vegetable oil, but only a small amount. Literally, just a tiny bit like this. Because, don't forget, our butter is already quite rich on its own. So, once it's heated up like this, next, we take the batter. Every time before frying a pancake, you need to mix the batter evenly like this, so that the oil is once again distributed throughout the batter. And then you carefully take the pan like this, and just like that, pour it in. Oh, do you see the bubbles forming? These are the kinds of bubbles you get. There you go. That's exactly it, because of the high temperature. It starts to boil. The oil inside begins to expand, and that's how you get this porous texture. No baking soda, no leavening agents, no kefir or anything else needed. Those pancakes are great too. There are recipes for them as well. I have nothing against them. But this is just a classic, awesome technique, and the pancake turns out amazing. And now, new horizons of quality pancakes are opening up. There's the first side of the pancake. It's called the fancy side. That's the side that gets fried first. Right now, the fancy side is on the bottom. Look, to flip the pancake more easily, just use a spatula like this. There you go. We fry the first side a bit more. There we go. See? We flip it over. This color, this beautifully golden, crispy color, that's caramelization. Thanks to this golden color, the pancake turns out delicious with a caramel flavor and a bit of richness. That's exactly how you want to leave it. Never fry pale pancakes. Pale pancakes just don't taste good. But the golden, crispy ones, that's delicious. Look, on the pretty side, we fry the first side thoroughly and well, and on the second side, we fry it just a little bit. So we leave that side pale. See, if you look now, if you peek in here, you can see it's pale. That's it. Damn, time to shoot. With this exact method, you'll get a juicy pancake. People often overcook pancakes, and they end up dry. Just because you fry them too much on one side and then on the other, all the moisture leaves the pancake and it becomes dry. That's why you have to spread butter on them and so on afterwards. With my method, you don't need to do that. Now I'll finish frying the pancakes and show you a cool, tasty, quick and simple sauce that goes perfectly with these pancakes. As a bonus, a quick, delicious sauce made from just 2 ingredients. It's honestly, you know, just fantastically tasty. The ingredients are super simple. Watch. So, I need bacon. Just regular boiled smoked bacon, cut into small pieces like this. I decided to show you this as a bonus. I recently made chicken gizzards in this sauce, and it turned out so delicious. I thought that this sauce would also go great with pancakes, and it would be amazing. Throw it into the frying pan. Fry it a little bit. All right, that's it. Basically, the sauce is almost ready. Look, set it aside. So we fried the bacon so it would release its fat and get a little crispy. And then we add processed cheese. You all know, just regular processed cheese like this. There you go. It can be from different companies, different brands, but it always has this feature. It's always a bit yellowish in color and stretchy like this. See, it's not cream cheese, but specifically processed cheese. Add it to the frying pan. It will start to melt now. Mix it all together like this. If your cheese is dense, you see it turns out too thick, then you can take a drop of water just from a teapot. There we go. Mix it together. With the cheese, I recommend not boiling it. There's no point. Just melt it a little, bring it to the right consistency. Well, they moved it aside, and that's it. Done. That's the sauce. Trust me, this is absolutely amazing. Creamy cheese with bacon is just fantastic with pancakes. Let's serve the pancakes. It's simple. Here, we won't make anything up. So, take a pancake and roll it up like this there. One goes here. A pancake has two sides. There's a pretty side and there's a pale side. That's why pancakes are always served with the pretty side facing up. So, if you're wrapping a filling, the filling should go inside and the pretty side should be on top. You can just do it like this. Look, place it down. One pancake. There we go. Two pancakes. Now, the sauce goes here. And you pour it on like this. And that's it. If you serve pancakes like these at the table with an interesting, absolutely delicious sauce, you know, I usually do this when it's Maslenica week, that special time, or you just have pancakes on the table. You can enjoy a couple of savory, satisfying pancakes and a couple of sweet ones. That way you can really experience the full range of pancakes. Incredible. So tender, delicious in short, the pancake is awesome. Friends, an important point. To make sure you don't miss the next recipes, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. Right now, a little window will appear here. Click on it and subscribe to the channel, and then you won't miss any of my recipes. And now, a couple of videos are appearing right here. This is also a video from my YouTube channel. Great popular recipes. Watch them, enjoy, and cook for your health. This was Sasha Belkovic with you. Wishing you love, positivity, and good energy. Bye!